giving autumn, it's giving orange blush, it's giving glowing, it's giving I'm ready for Thanksgiving. Like, I don't know. Today I'm going to record this look. This is the latte makeup look that all the girlies have been doing on TikTok. I decided to record a tutorial of how I do my latte look. An example of a latte look is basically like very bronzy, kind of like orange blush, very like fall-y. And because the fall is coming, I thought why not do a tutorial on how I do my latte makeup look. I think this is really cute. Yeah, I don't know, I think this is really cute for the fall. I feel like I look very bronzy, very ready for the fall. Like, so if you want to know how to get this latte makeup look, stay tuned, period. And I'm doing a voiceover. Last video I did was a talk through, but I'm gonna try a voiceover this time since I've never done one. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. And it's Shanorri Avonté. Make sure you subscribe, period. So of course, first we're going to be starting off with the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. We're gonna just rub that all over our face. Like I said in my last video, I really don't have a rhyme or reason to how I put it on. I just put it on. And then because at first I didn't think I was gonna use foundation, I started with this e.l.f. Cosmetic Halo Glow Liquid Filter. You can use this as kind of like a tinted moisturizer type of situation, but it's also nice underneath foundation to give you that glowy undertone, you know, to make it look like your sun kissed. So I start off with that, and I just started blending it in with my beauty blender. So as you can see, I'm just blending that in, just patting it in just so it looks skin light, because at first I thought I was gonna go for like the glowy skin, but I ended up not doing that because I was like, this look kind of needs full coverage. So you're gonna see me put on actual foundation next. So next you're gonna see me use the Milani foundation, and as well as the Milani Make It Last spray before I blend it in. This color is chestnut. It may look a little dark to you, but like I said, my face is lighter than the rest of my body. So most of the time I use a darker foundation, and I do like this as a really good drugstore foundation. It's very full coverage, and as you can see in the title, it can be used as concealer as well as foundation. It's like a 2-in-1 foundation. I really like the finish of this foundation. It's very full coverage, and it really looks good on top of that halo glow. I just think my skin looks very glowy and like I've been kissed by the sun. Also, disclaimer, if you see me looking to the side a lot in this video, I was also recording a TikTok while I was doing my makeup, so I'll be looking like to the side at my phone. You'll see me looking down at my mirror, so if you do see me looking around, that's what I'm looking at. And I'm just patting that in with my beauty blender. And of course, first you see me pat it in with the brush, and then I went in with the beauty blender just to blend everything out. So next you're gonna see me going with the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. This is my go-to concealer for under my eyes. I like mine 2 shades lighter than my face. This is in the color Latte. If you watch any of my makeup videos from TikTok or my like beginners friendly YouTube video, I use this all the time. This is my go-to concealer. It's like a yellow undertone. I put that underneath my eyes. I put it on my chin, my cupid's bow, on my forehead, and down the center of my nose so I can do my nose contour. So that's what you're gonna see me doing now. Oh, and I like to put it there to rise my face a little bit and make my cheekbones look a little higher. So you'll see me put it like next to my eye. So here, I'm just gonna pat this underneath my eye, and I kind of pat going up the like side of my eye, if that makes sense, like in the upward angle. I'm using this like blending brush from Real Techniques. I use this brush all the time. It's in my Amazon storefront if you want to know what brush this is. And I kind of just do a patting motion, and I kind of swipe down as well just to blend everything out. So you'll see me going like up the side of my eye and underneath my eye to blend it out. And I don't try to go too far down on my cheek because I don't want it to make my face look longer, if that makes sense. Like I still want my cheekbones to look high. And then once I do my contour, you'll see me kind of like blend all of that together so it stays underneath that general area under my eye. Then I'm going to blend out my cupid's bow. You see me blend out my forehead. I'm going to blend out my chin with that same brush. I like using a brush because I feel like it gives you full coverage. And like when you use a sponge, the whole point of a sponge is to blend it into your skin so it takes away some of the makeup. So I start off with a brush and then I blend in with a beauty blender. So next you're gonna see me use the Black Opal foundation stick as my contour. I started off with Old Chocolate. That's what I usually use on my nose because it's kind of lighter. As you can see, it blends with my skin. So I went in with Black Walnut after that, and that kind of looks dark, but after I blend it out, it's all gonna look good, so don't worry. And plus, this look is supposed to be really bronzy, so I did want the bronzer to be really dark and like, I don't know, I wanted it to give a latte. Like I wanted it to be real dark and like sultry. So I'm kind of happy that I did go in with the Black Walnut, which I usually do anyways. I don't know why I really pulled out the Old Chocolate. I think I was just hoping that, I don't know why I did that, honestly. But yeah, so we're just gonna blend in the Black Walnut into my skin. As you can see, it blended out perfectly. Then I took my Instapop foundation brush and just used like whatever product was already on there to blend out the rest of that. And for my contour, I use a smaller version of that Instapot brush. It's like a smaller angled version of that brush to blend out my contour, and then I go in with the big boy. So you see me with the smaller one, and then I went in with the foundation brush, which is what I use to blend out my foundation to make everything come together. So now you're gonna see me use my secret weapon, the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I use Fair Warm. This is like the lightest shade that they have to give me that bright under eye. If you know me, you know I like a bright under eye. I don't care what y'all say. I think this elevates my look so much, and it just makes me look so much brighter. Like you're looking at me like, dang, what's on her face? Because it looks so good. Like, don't play with me. So now you're gonna see me do my nose contour because I do let that concealer kind of dry down before I blend it out so it could stay in that general area so it's not all over my face. So I kind of let that dry, and then I start my nose contour. I'm going in with Oud Chocolat, and I'm just taking that down the sides of my nose. If you watch my beginners friendly video, you know what I'm doing. I explained it thoroughly there. So I'm not gonna explain it thoroughly here. You can just watch me do it.
Sugar, babe, I guess high off of love, don't know how to behave.
I just want to say that at this point, you can tell I'm feeling myself because I keep smiling at the camera. So now I'm about to pat in my Fair Warm to just blend it in with the rest of the concealer that's under my eye so that, you know, everything blends together, everything looks cohesive. I know it looks crazy at first. You're probably like, girl, that is not about to look good. But trust me, I know what I'm doing. Just trust the process, okay? I kind of take a little bit of that light concealer. I put a little bit on my forehead, a little bit on my chin. And look, I take my beauty blender. Remember I said it takes away some of the makeup so you could blend in. And I blend in the rest of that concealer, and it's about to all look great. You see that? And then I take it up the side of my eye so that I can still raise those cheekbones. We're all about raising the cheekbones. Like, we want to give Naomi Campbell realness. I'm putting it on my forehead, blending that out with the foundation brush again because we want everything to look like it goes together at the end. So I do a lot of in-between blending because I want everything to look like it's one face. We don't want to see any lines of demarcation. And I also like to take the brush and like kind of go into the inner corner of my eye because I like that area really bright. I like it to bring attention to that area. I just don't know. It does something for me. I don't know if it does something for you, but it does something for me. So I get real deep in that inner corner. And I also take my beauty blender again because like I said, I want to make sure everything is blended. I don't want nobody saying like, oh girl, I could see where your contour separate and where it begin. You don't never want nobody to see none of that. So I keep blending so I can't blend anymore. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. And I believe that I bring that highlight so far into the inner corner of my eyes because I think it snatches the nose even more than it already is snatched when you bring that highlighter in. Because you kind of see how it makes my nose look a little bit smaller. So that's kind of my whole method to my madness, I believe, when I do that. And then you can see me still like blending out the contour, blending out, you know, with the foundation brush just to make sure everything is blended. And I think, you know, it got to my liking because you can see me getting excited. So this looks good. This is what we're going with. And I'm just preparing my under eyes because I know that I'm about to set, and you want to make sure there are no creases underneath your eyes before you set with your setting powder. So this is the base, ladies and gentlemen, and now I'm about to set my under eyes with my favorite powder ever, the Derma Blend Loose Setting Powder in Transparent. This is the best under eye powder I ever used, and I've used a lot of under eye powders, and this just does the job for me. So I push this into my skin with this little powder puff that I got off Amazon. This is also on my Amazon storefront. It's one of those triangle powder puffs. You just push it into your skin so that it blends in with the product that's already there so that you don't have flashback, because that's the last thing we want. So you push it into your skin, and you can see like I blew some of the powder off before I even put it on my skin so that it doesn't leave that white cast that makes you have flashback. And you can see me putting it everywhere I put the highlight at, on my cupid's bow, on my chin. I'm going to put it on my forehead, down my nose where the nose highlight is. And I also like to take it and put it underneath where my contour is so that I have that chiseled look to make my face look even more structured. And especially because in this look, because it's supposed to be really bronzy, you want that contour to stick out. So I really like doing this step because it just makes my face look so chiseled. Like I said, we're all about a high cheekbone, and this helps with that a lot. So that's what I'm doing here. And I kind of let that part bake because I really want my face to look chiseled. And then I'll blend it out later when I take my all over face powder. So I did do my eyebrows off camera just because that takes me so long. I did use the NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen. This is my new best friend. Okay, you see my eyebrows is giving that laminated look. I didn't use this in the first video I did, but I have used this on my TikTok for my Get Ready With Me for the Beyonce concert. And baby, when I say I would never go back to any other brow product, I just think it makes my eyebrows look so laminated. It just looks like my natural hairs. Like NYX did their big one. Now you can see me cleaning up underneath my eyebrows. I don't really clean on the top anymore for real. I just clean underneath. Just make sure I'm really careful on the top when I do my brows so that I don't have to clean the top with concealer. So I think I took a latte underneath, and I'm just blending that out. You're just gonna see me like getting that right, which is why I did my eyebrows off camera, because eyebrows are really one of those things like you have to plug and chug and figure out your way of doing your eyebrows. It takes a lot of practice. As you can see, I still struggle with this. I've been doing my makeup for the longest. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, just getting my eyebrows right to my liking. And I think I was satisfied. So now we're gonna move on to bronzer. So I am using the Juvia's Place Bronze Duo in medium. I use that bottom shade for my nose contour. And I like using this on my nose. I need to go back and get tan instead of medium because I think this is too light for the rest of my skin. But I like using it on my nose because I want my nose contour to be subtle. And I also use a little bit of this for my eyeshadow. People have been asking me for an eye look, but I don't really do eye looks. I just put bronzer on my eyes. Now you're gonna see me going with the Morphe Glamour Bronze bronzer in the color Big Shot. I do believe this is discontinued, so you cannot get this in the stores right now. I don't really know where you can get it. I just had it in my makeup kit from when I used to do makeup. I'm using this to kind of deepen up the eyeshadow look because it is supposed to be a bronzy look, because Latte makeup is really bronzy. So I'm using this to deepen up my eyeshadow look, as well as like a little bit in the inner corners of my nose, just to deepen my nose contour a little bit as well. So I honestly didn't feel like it was bronzy enough, so I went in with Mocha Mommy by Fenty. This is their Sun Stalker Instant Warmth Bronzer. It's like the second to darkest shade that they have, and I felt like this was really going to set off the bronziness. And as you can see, it really deepened that brown tone that was already on my eyes and made it really bronzy. And I think I actually took some of this and put it on my cheek at some point, and it just really like took the bronzer up to another notch. So yeah, I took that, and then as you can see, I took a little bit more powder on my forehead just to blend all of that in, because I am a constant blender. You will always see me going in and blending some more, and then you can see me taking that bronzer and taking it down my cheek. Actually, this is Big Shot that I'm taking down my cheek first. So this is the first one you see me put on my eyes, and I'm taking that down my cheeks just as my powder contour. And then I'm going to take it on my forehead to deepen up my contour on my forehead. I also take it on the sides of my cheeks, not on the sides of my cheeks, but on the side of my jawline, so that I can also define my jawline to make it look like my jaw's just chiseled. We want to give model. We want to give, I don't have a double chin. So I take it down the side of my jaw. And yeah, we're just going to deepen up that contour. We're all about bronzy looks right now. This is what latte makeup is about. Now you're going to see me going with Dermablend and just reinforce that under eye. I do bake at this point just to make that bright under eye stand out a little bit more. I take it up the side of my cheek just to make sure we're giving high cheekbones. And I'm just defining that under eye and defining my nose contour so that the nose is really snatched. So I was satisfied by where I put my bake. Then I found my blush, which was the Juvia's Place Volume 6 Blush Duo palette. This is their orange palette, and I only wanted to use orange blush because latte makeup kind of was like this orangish bronzy look. So I only wanted to use orange so that it could give that whole autumny feel. So I went in with the light orange first because I wanted to like be subtle, because every time I use this orange blush, I always overdo it. And I didn't want to end up looking like a clown. So I kind of, you know, kept it cute at first. And then I was like, all right, sis, I can't see it. Let's try the dark. So you can see me like patting real slow at first because I'm scared. But then I was like, you know what? We're going all in. We're doing latte makeup. We want orange blush. We're about to give the girls orange blush. And I just started patting it in. And you can see like I'm a real blush girl. So you're going to see me patting for a while. So I guess I could take the time out at this point to talk about the placement of my blush. I like to put it on like the upper parts of my cheek, if that makes sense, like really on my cheekbone. That's where I put it at. And then like up the side of my eye where I also put my bronzer. You kind of want to put it like on the top of your bronzer a little bit. And then at this point, I believe I took Mocha Mommy and just deepened up my bronzer even more because I really wanted to give that bronzy autumny look. And then I also took this other old palette I have from Juvia's Place. It's the Warrior 2 blush palette. I don't think they sell it anymore, but I took this shade Toby, which is also another bright orange shade, just to make that orange blush pop even more because I felt like I wasn't seeing enough of the orange. And then at this point, you're going to see me wiping away that baking powder with my powder foundation brush. This is the brush that I usually use to put my all over face powder on so that I could blend everything together so everything looks cohesive. But I didn't put any extra product on it. I was just brushing away the baking powder. And then you're going to see me putting on more blush because I just couldn't get enough. I said, if we're doing latte, we're going all in. And we're going to put this blush everywhere. I'm putting it on my chin. I think I put some on my forehead. I put it on my nose. Like, you're about to see this blush. So then I took the L'Oreal Infallible Foundation Powder. And I used that underneath my eye. I used the color Radiant Honey, which is like a lighter tone to reinforce my bright under eye, just to make sure it was as bright as I wanted it to be. And then I also took my bronzer and took it down the side of my nose just to also reinforce my nose contour. Then I kept taking more blush just to make sure it was looking the way I wanted it to look at the end. I like to make sure that everything is right and tight. So that's what I was doing. And then I took my Big Shot and put that underneath my eyes because we're going for the bronzy look. So I wanted my eyes to also give that bronzy feeling. So I put that underneath my eyes as well. So then I took my LA Girl gel eyeliner in the color Jet Black, and I used my little trick where I put it on a Q-tip and I put it underneath my eye because I think it helps me get it on there faster so that my eyes don't water, even though you're about to see me be very dramatic and my eyes tried to water. I even tried to use my little trick where you put your tongue at the roof of your mouth so your eyes don't water, but my eyes wasn't even really watering for real. I just didn't want them to, so I was just making sure that it didn't mess up nothing. So I just kept pushing my head back. Then I went to the other eye and got the job done. And you can see I put like my powder puff underneath so that I didn't mess up that under eye as well, because we want everything to look the way that we said it. We don't want nothing messing up. And you can see my eyes are still bothering me, girl. Usually my eyes don't bother me. I don't know what was going on. I guess the lashes just was not doing right with me touching my eyes. It was too much. Then I was putting more of the bronzer underneath my eyes just to make sure my eyes look very sultry and bronze. And here we are again with the blush, y'all. More blush. And then finally we're drenching ourselves with the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is my girl. Listen, when I say drench me, I mean drench me. I want to be soaking wet when I finish setting because we need this makeup to stay, even though I wasn't going anywhere, but that's not your business. And you can see me taking that fluffy foundation brush just to blend everything even more. I'm the queen of blending. I want everything to look like one face. I don't want nothing to look like it's separated, so I blend till I can't blend no more. And I just want to make a disclaimer and say most of the time when I am blending, I'm not adding more product onto the brush, even though I did add more blush because blush goes away when you spray, so I added more blush, but usually I don't add any more product. I'm just using whatever's left on the brush. So I obviously didn't think enough was enough. So then I took the NYX Epic Wear Long Lasting Liquid Eyeliner to give myself moles. At first when I wanted to do this look, I wanted to give myself freckles, but I'm not that advanced yet and I didn't want to mess up my face. So I was like, how about I just give myself some moles? Why not? I just wanted to be a little different this time and not do what I usually do. And you can see I kind of got carried away, but it did come out really cute. I just kind of kept going, was like, well, okay, enough is enough. I done got 4 on my face. Let me stop here. So this is what I ended up with. I think it looks really cute. And then I sprayed again because, like I said, drench me. We want these moles to stay. We want our face to stay, period. So now, if you know, you know, I use the Becca highlighter in Topaz, which is also discontinued. I'm sorry, girls, but I'm going to keep using it until I don't have any more. So this is my favorite highlighter, and this is what I'm using. And you use highlighter after you spray because that makes it shine more. Like, if nobody told you, I'm here to tell you. I put it on the high points of my cheek. I put it on my cupid's bow. Put a little bit on my forehead, on my chin, down my nose. I take my middle finger, give myself a little button nose. And yeah, that's all the places I put my highlight. If you watch my beginner video, then you know. And then here I go with more blush. I put the blush on my nose because I was like, we're giving autumn. We're going to put it on our nose. Period. And now we're going in for the lip liner, which is actually an eyeliner because I can't read. So I got the LA Girl Perfect Precision Eyeliner in brown. And this is like the prime example of makeup has no rules. I use the eyeliner as my lip liner. It still looks like a lip liner. If we're out in the street, you're not going to be like, girl, you got on eyeliner. Mind your business. Yeah, I use eyeliner on my lip in the color brown. So now I'm about to take Teddy from the NYX Lip Lingerie Push Up Long Lasting Lipstick. Okay. It comes with a sharpener. Get you one of these. I use this to reinforce the brown because I want the brown to stay all night per se if I am going out. So I do like to make sure I get a lot of brown on there so all night I'm not having to reapply a lip liner. Then I'm going to take, this is actually concealer. This is not even a lip color. I just took any light concealer and put it in the middle of my lips and I blended it out with a brush because I was like, if we're going to do latte makeup, we're going to keep it in the brown family. So I wanted to give a latte lip. And you're just going to see me blend it out with like a small, I think this is like a small eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to blend it out. So then I was like, let me take this nudie color from the NYX Milky Gloss. I bought this a long time ago. This is Milk and Honey. from their milkshake gloss that they have, and I put this on top of that because I felt like it would give me more of that latte look, and it actually did. It's like a brown nudie color. I thought this color was so cute when I finished. I'm like, yeah, girl, you did that little lip combo. Don't play with me. And here I am putting on more blush because I can't get enough. Yeah, period, more blush. And then this is me spraying some more because, like I said, we want our makeup to stay all night. And I believe after this, I was done. Now you're about to watch me do a whole bunch of faces, period. Get into the look.
Let me tell you about this girl. Maybe I shouldn't. I met her in Philly, and her name was Brown. See, we been making love constantly. That's why my eyes are a shade black burgundy. The way that we kiss is unlike any other way that I be kissing. When I'm kissing, what I miss, won't you listen? Brown sugar, babe. I guess high off your love, I don't know how to behave. Brown sugar.
Okay, I'm done doing my makeup. Hope you guys like it. This is the latte makeup for the fall. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure that you have your post notifications on for my next video, period.
Girl, what qualities was I looking for before? Who you settling for? Who better for you than a boy, huh?